love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always
Namaste friends. So in today's lecture, it's a continuation of NumPy. In the last lecture we saw array iteration. So this is also array. So array has quite a few things actually coming in. At least the next 3 or 4 lectures will be array. I think it's 3 something. So today is chapter 51 and NumPy chapter 10. Today we'll be seeing about joining the arrays and we'll be practicing the same. So joining, we have not taken SQL class, but I may also release SQL, which is structured query language. Joining is you have one table A and then a table B, and then you have a common join condition. Or how do I actually say it? When we were growing, the way we would actually first find our friends is who's playing cricket. I mean, I'm a cricket lover, so anybody who plays cricket, we actually join with them. And then the second condition is who's their favorite movie star, especially the hero worshipping, who's their favorite movie star. So that is next step. And then for parents, it is whether the kids are a top performer, what is what. So these are the join conditions. Okay, I was never in the top performer, so I was in the lower grade. So my set was something different. So a joining is basically when you're actually putting 2 or more arrays in a single array. So when in SQL we join based upon keys. So whenever I'm taking SQL, you'll be seeing that. So in NumPy we join arrays by axis. Okay, AXES, axis. So we pass a sequence of arrays that we want to join to concatenate function along with the axis. If the axis is not explicitly passed, it is taken as 0. Alright, so let's actually see this. So what I'm actually talking. So let's actually see this and let's actually, like always, read through this. So here I am. I'm importing NumPy. This is first array. This is second array. And then I say concatenate these 2 arrays and then print this one. So concatenation is nothing but joining. Okay, so if I actually do this, it is going to give me as a single array. So this is what I've been talking. Alright. Now let's go to the next array. Okay, so what is this axis? And this is exactly what we talked. Let's actually go here. So we have this is a 2-dimensional array, this is a 2-dimensional array, and then we say concatenate this 2, and then we say axis as 1. Okay, so let's actually see what this guy gives, and let's actually try running this. So it actually gives us 1 2 5 6. Okay, so concatenating this and this and this and this. So this is what it gives. Now the same thing when I actually give us axis 0, and then when I actually run this, it actually goes as this. So it does concatenate, but it actually splits it like this. But if you want it in one axis, then you actually give it as axis 1. So and then you actually run this. So now do you see the difference? This is what I've been talking of. Now you can actually join arrays using stack functions. So stacking is the same as concatenation. The only difference is the stacking is done along a new axis. We concatenate 2 one-dimensional array along with the second axis, which should result in putting them one over the other. So this is stacking. We pass a sequence of arrays that we want to join to the stack method along with the axis. If the axis is not explicitly passed, it is taken as 0. So let's see what this thing is. So here we go. So we have already done this. Okay, we've already done this, but in this case, instead of a 2-dimensional, this is like a single dimensional, but we are again specifying this and we're actually concatenating. So here we gave this, but here it's just this and we are still concatenating. We're doing an axis 1. So let's actually see what this guy gives. See, 1 4 2 5 3 6. This is because this is stacking. Okay, this is stacking. Okay, the stacking is, see, 1 2 3. Okay, if you see 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the stacking. The stacking is very similar to that of the concatenation. So this is concatenate and this is stacking. But where does it actually differ is stacking is done along the new axis. Okay, so stacking is done along the new axis. So that is what is actually happening here. All right. So we can take another one. And I think we already did this. So stacking along rows, the NumPy provides a helper function head stack to stack along the rows. So what we want to do is, in this case, instead of a stack, we are doing a head stack, and we say this is along the rows. So instead of a stack, now what we learned concatenate, stack, and now head stack. So let's see how this thing is done. So this is along the rows, not the axis. So a stack is along the axis, we saw this, and head stack is along the rows, which is more or less like this concatenate. All right, so this is what it is along the row. All right, so if you want to actually stack it along the column, we still have something called as a V stack. So what all we learned a head stack, we learned a V stack. So let's actually go with a V stack. Okay, this is a head stack, but we need a V stack. Okay, so I'm not sure why this guy actually came in as a head stack. So let me actually give a V stack, and let me see whether it's the same. Yeah, everything is the same. And when I actually run them, see here, so this is along the column, so this is along the row, and this is along the column. So this is how we actually stack. All right, so what did we learn? We learned about concatenate, we learned about stack, and we learned about head stack, V stack. Now we can also, along the height, we can also do along the height, and along the height is called as a D stack. Okay, see how many different kinds of stack is there. So this is along the height 1 2 3 4 4 5 6. So this is along the height, this is called as a D stack. Okay, so if you want to join two arrays, what is the syntax? It is called concatenate. The stacking is very similar to concatenation, but in the axis. Now we have a head stack, we have a V stack, which is the rows and the columns, and then we have a D stack, which is the height. All right, so this is the syntax. All right, I trust you have actually enjoyed my joining of the arrays in NumPy. If you have any questions, kindly contact me. I will actually try to help you to the best of my abilities. Like always, I would like to thank two persons. One is you for giving me your golden time, and the other is my wife Jayashri for allowing me to follow my passion. Till we see next time, take care, cheers, and thank you.